Vinny, here we are. Some more of your relatives here, the little
Yeah.
little chimps who have seen
These
the big
are-
gorillas.
These are my second cousins here.
Yeah.
As you can see, we're very athletic in the family. The genetics prove it all. Look at that. Look at that. Would you take a shot of that? Look at that.
Up the top there, yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
That's cousin
That's
Stefano.
Lemba.
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 now,
Lemba.
now the
Looks
work,
like Stefano maybe, but it's not.
the work that's done here, Vinny, for not for the Jane Goodall charity in the world that she is extraordinarily well known and famous for running, but is a part of the zoo's planning. Is that kind of correct?
Yeah, so we've had a long relationship with the Jane Goodall Institute, the
Yep.
Jane Goodall Institute Australia. Taronga's had chimpanzees here since what I know of at least the 1960s.
Yep.
And so, and the way we've managed them has evolved over that time. And so Dr. Jane's been out a number of times here.
Yep.
She's got a famous quote saying, if I was a chimpanzee living in a zoo, she'd like to be the ones
This
living
one.
in Taronga Zoo.
Yeah.
You know, so which is really great for
That's
us.
great. I agree.
So because we manage our group like a wild group of chimps,
Yep.
they're behaviourally pretty much like a wild group. You know, they do what they do in there. The behaviours that we see is what we expect to see in the wild, and the things we know that we expect to see in the wild has all been learnt from Jane Goodall's work.
Yeah, she
You know,
extraordinary.
from the forest from 1960s when she first went out there.
See, that amazes me. So, Taronga Zoo only had the chimps since the 60s.
So I know we had some chimps in a different setup in the 60s, but it's probably records back then
Oh,
weren't
I
like
see.
they were now necessarily. But I would say we had chimps even earlier than that,
Yeah.
maybe a couple of decades earlier, but it's hard to see. But I know that, for example, one of our chimps was the first parent-reared chimp to be born here.
Okay.
Was on the 1st of July 1960, was Spitter.
Okay.
Okay, and so we would have had chimps, you know, prior to that. So, but then the history with Jane started when she started
Yes.
to not only do her research, but then start to go, okay, well, I want to share this information with the world.
Yep.
And the Jane Goodall Institute came in.
And silly question, possibly, that bloodline from that original chimp born here, would that still be?
No, it's changed all over time, and we need it to change.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
You need the
Okay.
genetic diversity.
Okay.
So are these all cheeky monkeys? Because that's
So-
what they're like in my family. They're all very cheeky.
No, they are. Well, cheeky is a human way of we interpret their behaviours, but they're not actually monkeys.
No, what
No.
are they?
So, well,
They're baby apes.
they're apes like us, you know, and so
We were just talking about that.
they're
with the
actually,
gorillas.
you know, we joke and you say that's cousin. They're actually our closest relative on
Yeah.
the planet, and there's so many ways we know that their behaviours, their cognitive studies,
Wow.
blood, all of that.
Yeah.
You know, so they are our closest relatives. So,
Thank you for your
yes.
time, sir.
Yeah, good
Thank
to meet
you.
you.
Thank you.
See you later.
Hey, good to see
That's
my
all right.
relatives again. Thanks very much.
They're looking good, eh?